And they race, and Allegro Class comes out fairly well. It's a good early scrap for the lead, though. Allegro Class drives for the lead now. Going with it was Members Only, Portobello Patsy. Boston Lass gets past that as Portobello Patsy gets shuffled back. Allegro Max out wider on the track. Auckland Vending runs hard the rail. Where Shiraz has got back, starts to make ground. Big Job Jonesy second last now with Portobello Patsy back to last. Allegro Class out by 5 or 6 lengths. Members Only giving chase. Then Where's Shiraz finishing on with Boston Lass. Down the straight, Allegro Class wins again. Where's Shiraz to second. Holding down third, Members Only from Boston Lass. Then Auckland Vending. Allegro Max never got into the act today. Big Job Jonesy and Portobello Patsy the last pair home. And a racing. And slow to go was Nika Century. Rosa Gallica's got out today. She crosses to the lead. That should be the business. Out by 3 lengths here on Sniff of Brandy. Around the outside there we've got Dark Fairy Tales and also hunting into it around the outside, but getting shuffled even wider would have been Hannibal Lecter. Bursting between runners was Shin Zigzag to get into it. Up they come. Rosa Gallica in front. Corborn Melky gets to second. Now it's passed by getting home Shin Zigzag. Rosa Gallica beat Shin Zigzag. Corborn Melky third. CHG got to fourth, I think, narrowly. Just beside that then would have been Dark Fairy Tale. Sniff of Brandy back behind them. Further back to Hannibal Lecter and Nika Century last out, last home. Out there and racing. Google it a fair break. Now Miss Cool gets out well. Behemoth gets onto the bunny early too. And Ravon's nice and handy today. They'd be followed back in the field then. We've got Fireboy Baxter running the inside. The outside of that was Little Arthur. Getting into a scramble with She's a Fallen out the back. And back with that too, a coterie. Round the corner comes Miss Cool in front. Behemoth down the outside and Ravon trying hard. And closer into Fireboy Baxter. Miss Cool's going to see it through today. Behemoth just second there. From beside that was Ravon third and fourth was Fireboy Baxter. The others in another division here. Headed in by Google It. She's a Fallen. And back with them, Little Arthur and a coterie. And a racing King Selection, a fair break there, and hopping out nicely too would have been Cosmic Rascal. Around the outside in a big hurry here, Boomerang Man gets nice and handy. Toxic Revenge works the third. King Selection fourth, then Flirt with Me. Rajika back in the race then with MacGyver Rama, and very slow was Coyote Corcher. Round the bend they come. Cosmic Rascal in front. Boomerang Man down the outside, closer into King Selection, and out wide at Toxic Revenge. Boomerang Man scores from Cosmic Rascal. Toxic Revenge, King Selection fourth, then Flirt with Me, Rajika, MacGyver Rama, and Never in the Hunt, Coyote Corcher. Racing now, Semantics, fair break about midfield out early here, getting out quite nicely there. Monkey Queen showing speed's going to work to the lead, trying hard the inside, then Opawa Romeo. They'd be followed then, trying to squeeze through between runners would have been Dodgy Pockets, gets reasonably handy. Starting to run the rail then as they run across the top was Attaboy Zeke, and Semantics is going to try and follow it through as they swing the corner. Corborn Aries is a long way from them, and so too is Amy Wineglass. Down they come. In front is Monkey Queen, gathering it up quickly. Attaboy Zeke from Monkey Queen, tight for third. Ooh, Corborn Aries getting home well and thrilling. Dylan dashing home too. Semantics just back in behind those runners. And they'd be followed then a bit wider on the track by Amy Wineglass. Dodgy Pockets dropped out of the contest, back towards the tail with Opawa Romeo. And they're racing, and Plan Your Moves last away by 2 lengths, and jumping out nicely, Corborn Onyx from Dogged Dan. They'd be followed then, getting up and around the outside there would have been Calamity Sue trying to get into it. Plan Your Move starts to run around the outside in a big hurry too. Queen Cobra drives to the inside. It's a doll behind them, further back to Gay Thorley and Flying Blake. Up they come, Corborn Onyx in front. Great line up, second, third and fourth. Corborn Onyx scores. Dogged Dan gets up for second. It's a doll for third. Then the photo for fourth, we've got Plan Your Move, Queen Cobra, Calamity Sue, and the only two that don't feature there, Flying Blake and Gay Thorley. Now, and racing, Filia down on its nose and Dasharum left 3 lengths in front. Filia tries to recover. Cosmic Choice was next, although getting past that. Wild As Angels gets handy enough. She's top notches trapped wide. Cosmic Choice starts to run again the inside. Varga Frost's a long way back looking for a run through. Further back then to Hey You, and taking the short way home was not bad. Wild As Angels drives past Dasharum. Varga Frost right down the outside with big strides. Wild As Angels, Varga Frost. Dasharum held on to third. Filia was fourth. Next to go by, She's Top Notch. Then we had Cosmic Choice back behind those runners, and well back to Not Bad and Hey You. Racing, winning knocker steps fairly well the inside. Bolt Rama bolts to the lead, and Red Mover Hoover gets into the picture early, and it goes up the outside of the 6th. Then it gets checked. Gus trying to drive through, and also getting a run now was Charming Nev up and around the outside. Gus driving between runners as mentioned. Zipping Tay back behind them. Wisecrack Lad is wide. Further back in the race then to 8 Pizza, and winning knockers no chance. Down comes Bolt Rama. Chasing hard is Gus. Bolt Rama from Gus up for third. There would have been Charming Nev. They'd be followed then by a Red Mover Hoover. He was checked at a crucial time across the top. Then we had Zipping Tay. Further back in the race then was 8 Pizza, Wisecrack Lad, and winning knocker Never a Hope. And a racing, Gibbinator leaves with them. Bouncing very nicely here would have been Ever So Hopeful, goes to the lead from Your Laugh. And gee, they're getting in a jam here. Gibbinator's in strife, Opawa Tokens in strife, Caesar Chances in strife, and Ever So Hopeful's off for the prize. It's out by about 10 lengths. Your Laugh comes around the corner second. Over on the outside of that then was Rebel City. Closer and then to B Rabbit, the others in another division headed by another drink. Ever So Hopeful wins easily. B Rabbit got to second. Third to go by was Rebel City, then Your Laughin'. Second division led home by Caesar Chance. Back with that Opawa Token. Another drink. Gibbinator's finished last in its New Zealand debut. Bit of a shambles across the top. racing. Superior Izmir, a fair break the inside. Once missed the start badly. Power J about 10 lengths here. Now Superior Izmir's got back second last, and driving to the lead here is Lost in Light. Over on the outside to Run Junior Run could be dangerous, and Shagger Bang Bang driving hard the inside. They'd be followed then by Magic Bulk trying to get around Run Junior Run, and back and behind those runners then to Stiff Drink and You Know Orange. Down they come though, and Lost in Light is too strong, was the Omen bet. Magic Bulk got to second, a good run. They'd be followed third then by Shagger Bang Bang, and Run Junior Run was next. Back and behind them, Power J did a fair sort of a job. Well back in the race then we had Stiff Drink, You Know Orange, and Superior Izmir has ended up back towards the tail of the field. Set, racing, Graduation, fair break out here. One of the best out would have been Algeta, bounce to the lead. Ostapchuk's handy, and Graduation's trying to get up and around that. Trying to find the inside here would have been Wallace Ladd, trying to drive through. Does Mercenary get shuffled back at this point? Barry's Way's trapped out wide around that. Ostapchuk's got shuffled, and so too is Big Time Dasher as they come up towards the corner here. Galloping to the lead is Graduation, slips clear by about 3 lengths. Wallace Ladd is trying hard, closer into Big Time Jet. Graduation though from Wallace Ladd, Big Time Jet. Next to go by then was Algeta, so a first 4 for the Ahern Kennel. Further back in the race, then we had Big Time Dash, and he fell at the lure. Back with that would have been Mercenary. Behind them to Ostapchuk and Barry's Way. And racing, Tiparita Hendricks out about midfield. Curious Life hops out well, but not as well as into the fray. Curious Life runs up underneath it, then Tiparita Hendricks trying to get up and around the out. Tries to squeeze through the inside, in fact, now. Around the outside of that, then as they come across the top, would have been Radical Rufus getting into the race. Contemporaneous has got back as they come up towards the corner. And last couple here as they swing in, Shiny up some as they come out down the straight here. And in front, Radical Rufus has blown past Curious Life, and Radical Rufus scores from Curious Life. Third to go by would have been Into the Fray. Next one and then would have been Time for What, and they'd be followed then by, back behind those runners, we had Shiny up some. Second's good, Contemporaneous if I didn't call it, and Tiparita Hendricks has been a bit of a disappointment in the last.